Alright, welcome back to Three Swords Gaming. So, we are literally picking up where we left off, because all I did was stop recording and start recording again. And we're going to continue on our Arknights Endfield playthrough, moving through Sword Vault Dale as we try to find the ancient Yanni's treasure, and, you know, discover what's hidden down here. Speaking of what's hidden, wasn't there like a treasure chest over here? Can we get to that? Can we get to that over here? Alright, I don't know how to get over there, so we're not going to worry about it right now. Oh, but there's one right here. Cool. All those little treasure chests really do, like, add up. And can be, like, real helpful when you pull a new character or whatever. Big jump. Hey, man. Hey, man.
Caught it before it flew away.
I mean, I kind of caught it after it flew away. But thanks, Gilberta. I appreciate you being a good sport about all this. Alright, do we want to drop some stuff? Actually, do we want to do this? How many of these things have we got? Oh, yeah, wow, look at that. And we just do not nearly have all of them in Wuling, not even close. Alright, yeah, we'll drop that. I guess we'll just hang on to the rest for now. Let's get moving.
The cave is so damp and wet. Let's hurry toward the light. Looks like it's scared out of its wits. And then, we better watch our step too.
So this one, I actually found, like, particularly fun, if I'm being honest. The two-stone one was, like, kind of more fun for me than the one-stone one. There will be another one later, that's, you know, adds more to this. But I can't remember if there's one or two more of these, but they do make it, you know, even more challenging and whatnot. Yeah, I like the Rolling Stones thing, to be quite honest.
That was close. It must be those rock howlers again.
Oh, those rascally rock howlers. Oh, another armadillo bear. Let's get him.
You want to challenge us? Time to teach you a lesson. Face your end. Foot forward. Ready. Have fun moving.
Oh, man. My dodge game is not just standard today. Oh, no, it's the stick.
Yay! That was some perfect teamwork.
That thing is brutal. That messes me up, man. I think I killed him so fast on my main account that I never saw that attack. But that is... Ah, banana peels. That is just awful.
Much better now.
Oh, we're still fighting something.
I wouldn't. Wait, are they your friends? All right, go home and take care of yourself. Don't get bullied again.
Do these animals literally have pockets?
Oh, a gift for us? Thank you. Now, hurry on home.
Never expected to make a rock howler friend. It's so true, Edmund.
It trusted us so much and helped us out big time.
Wonder if we'll
Who
ever
knows?
see it again.
But from here on out, we're on our own. The last ancient sword steely should be over that way. Smarty's gift for us looks like a key. I wonder what it opens.
So I legit do not remember what that is. Oh, it's a key. Okay. I don't remember how it comes into play. We will find out, I guess.
So many twists and turns. And so dark, too. Enman, who do you think first designed and built these sword steelies?
Chen, how could I possibly know that? Well, maybe I do know it and I've just forgotten. Actually. Because it turns out Enman once knew a lot of things and doesn't remember any of them anymore, so...
The path to the
Whoops.
final sword steely doesn't look very easy.
And see, it's the same thing here with Chrysodenda not being the highest level of this. I forget how to get down there. Whoop! Haha, that's what I did last time. I died there on my main account because I just ran out in front of a rock without paying attention. Oh no. Bad news, man.
High threat hostile. Approach with caution.
Alright, so it looks like we can skip the 2 armadillo bears for now, so I think we're going to.
Engaging. Stay safe, team.
Leave it to me. You can't escape gravity. What's this?
So when I was thinking about my team for this, like not, you know, like just now, but like yesterday when I was thinking to myself, oh, I'll probably go ahead and do that video tomorrow and just get it done. I debated replacing Perlica on this team since in the story Perlica makes a point of saying that she isn't going to go on this adventure. But I like having Perlica on the team, so I didn't do that. That's my story. That's literally all I have to say about that.
The quakes have stopped. Go, go, go! The rock howlers we came across just keep getting more freakish. I even saw the final sword steely, but an entire section has collapsed. Can the mechanism still open it? The mechanism has been split in 2. Maybe putting both parts back will work.
Maybe. We'll just have to give it a try.
place sorted out. The seal at the bottom of the dale should already be lifted as well. There's a passage here.
Well, let's wait. Passage is over there.
This secret passage seems to lead into an ancient tomb. Huh? Oh, I didn't mean to jinx us.
I like that these are all moving, like, while we run through here. That's really cool. A lot of fun. And again, really, like, lends to that Indiana Jones vibe, especially with the stuff to the side there, like, falling away. Whoop.
I see light.
Ooh.
That's gotta be the way out of here.
Thought it was might keep falling. Oh no!
Phew. Edmund, are you hurt? We're on the floor below the secret passage. Let's see where it leads. There really is a treasure vault here. Wait, after all that commotion, why are things so quiet now?
Oh no, Crag Howler.
Wow, you can actually do that?
Ah, I forgot about that tornado thing. Oh, I ran right into that.
Much better now.
Is it much better?
Ready to strike.
We're united as one. Your end awaits.
Did I miss? I think I missed.
Target locked. Fire. Cozy up with gravity.
Good work, everyone.
Good work, everyone.
Smarty? Are you here to celebrate our victory? The treasure vault is right before us. I'm a bit nervous. My heart is pounding. Wonder what knowledge and tech is in there. Probably things AGS Chan could only dream of. Thank the ancestors that giant rock howler didn't wreck this place.
Oh, let's open it up.
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right, Shen.
Okay. Oh, why don't you give it a try, Inman?
So, was that Shen's sword noise? Like, did she literally try to open this up by, like, slashing it with her sword, or what? I genuinely am unclear on that. Like, that was the impression I had when I first played, but I really don't know. I think that's it. Not sure. Okay. So this left me a little curious. This is a very distinct design, right? This is the same design we saw in the scroll. And I'm not sure if it's meant to suggest that the same people responsible for the scroll also were responsible for this, or if it, like, when I say same people, I kind of mean that a little bit broadly. Like if it was the same, like, technologies and stuff, or if they just reused that asset. I think we're meant to perceive, because they haven't really been bad about that. Like, I mean, they utilize like the same enemies throughout Wuling and stuff, but they haven't like tried to repurpose assets to mean other things. Like when they consistently use stockaders as stockaders, they're meant to be stockaders. They like read it. They didn't reuse landbreakers as stockaders, right? So I'm kind of leaning towards this actually means that like the folks who did the scroll also did this vault, and that too, right? Like we see a lot of the similarities here.
So this is where Great Yan stored its tech relics. These figures, were they the builders and overseers of this vault? They look like scholars and intellectuals. So many scrolls! It would take lifetimes to read them all. Enman, why don't we look around for treasure?
Okay, before we look around for treasure, I do want to comment on that like animated sequence we just saw. I really like it. There's some stuff in there that I think is cool, like when the paint drips off the brush and turns into the water running off the flower petal and stuff. Like I like that. But mostly the thing that I really appreciated about it is it represents like a stylistic change, which was done deliberately to like communicate, right? That we're seeing a like a legacy from the past or something. But when Chen is walking through that, there's a slight change to her character model that makes her look more like she was painted with watercolors as well. That is, and I talked about this when I was doing the Mifu story about attention to detail, and that's another fantastic like attention to detail type thing. Really appreciate those little things. Why don't we look around for treasure? You first, Jen, because there might still be like rolling boulders or something. So you go eat all those traps, Jen.
Let's start by looking for anything related to the Chushao swordmancy.
Which is her style of swordmancy, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, we're gonna look around for clues related to swordmancy. Let's start right here next to us. Okay, so all these are like references to places in Terra, right? Ursus, Victoria, Yan, Sargon. I don't remember. So again, I'm not a lore expert on the original Arknights. Not even close. Not even a tiny bit. But the basic fundamentals of that world, like you get pretty early on in the story, and you know you can certainly pick up from a YouTube video or something. I don't remember what Sargon is supposed to be. There, all the countries are like rough portrayals of actual countries. And if I recall correctly, Ursus is Russia, Victoria is England, Yan is China. And I don't remember, is Victoria England or the U.S.? I don't recall. And I don't remember what Sargon is. But like, we have these different, you know, references here, all going back to the original Arknights, and I don't know. Again, this is where my lore knowledge is weak, and I'm sure there are videos about this. In fact, I haven't watched it, but I saw that Kukukazi did one, and I do enjoy watching his stuff when it comes to Arknight stuff. I'm wondering if some of these events, like Ursus gradually lost their authority and influence during the unrest, Crimson Snow in the title refers to, like, I don't know if those were events in the game. You know, or if, you know, the Great Yan or the Yanese Imperial Court are in the original Arknights. But without a doubt, if
It's
you
Walton.
are...
He certainly moves fast.
Oh, hi, Walton.
As long as he's not causing trouble, just let him be. We should keep looking for Chi Shao Swordmancy.
Oh, we get Enman voice acting. Love it. Yeah, they made Walton, like... So, they made an interesting choice with Walton, right? Because he's a clear, like, reference to Indiana Jones, they could have made him likable. They chose to make him not likable. I don't necessarily, like, disagree with that, though. It maybe because it gives players who don't want to see pop culture references in the game permission to dislike him, versus making him, like, a super likable character. Now, a video I'm thinking about doing... I have not done any videos about Arknights Endfield that weren't part of this story playthrough. I am thinking about doing one about NPCs that I would like to see as 4 or 5 star characters, because I really, really would like to see them do that. They haven't introduced any 4 or 5 star characters, and I would like to see them do that. Just throw a few more in the standard banner, give people a reason to pull on the standard banner again. I would not personally want to see Walton in that, but you absolutely could do it. He has a unique look. He plays a role in the story. Like, this is the type of NPC that you could absolutely make a 4-star character and make it part of that rotation, right? I personally wouldn't use him, but, yeah, I mean, you could do that. Okay. Theory of Crimson Hearts, meaning theory of sincerity. And this is all about... So I like this a lot, too. I mentioned in the Mifu story how I appreciated them talking a little bit more about Eripathy and how important that was at one point in time. Which in the Mifu story is only 10 years ago, right? Not even 10 years ago. 8 years ago or whatever the case was. But here we see more references to it earlier in Talos 2's history. And I think this goes back to actually Terra. And like the importance of it in culturally and in society, and I really appreciate that. That is one thing I really want them to. They don't need to carry over the exact like story arcs and so forth from the original game, but that tension of like between the infected and non-infected in the original game. That type of tension. It doesn't have to be exclusively centered around Eripathy, but that type of tension I think is good for the storytelling. So I like that there's some references here. And again, radical piece of writing calling for the oppressed, especially the infected, to unite together and fight for their rights. The author is probably a from a Sarkaz mercenary formation or other infected organization. The work is a piece of key ideological literature for the infected prior to the reunion movement. So the reunion, at least as far as I am in the original Arknights, are like the adversary. Because while they're fighting for the rights of the infected, they do so in a way that that is not that doesn't actually help the infected, and it's like very terroristy type stuff. I would draw some real world comparisons, but I don't know if the algorithm would like block my video for that. Yeah, you can imagine what I'm talking about there. I really appreciate it, even though I'm not a huge lore nerd for the original Arknights. I appreciated that, again, the references to Eripathy and to Reunion, and really drawing a line between the two games. I like that. You don't have to be heavy-handed to do that. Some games are really heavy-handed on drawing lines between, a game and its sequel. Hopefully Guild Wars 3, because it's going to be a prequel, won't do that with the other two. Although probably they will, because they just can't help themselves. But I appreciate that in this case it isn't oppressive. It's just a reference. We have these ancient scrolls that make reference to things that we should be familiar with. And finally, we'll find what we're looking for. And by now, we should be getting it in the story that, oh, there's not technology and weapons in here. The treasure is cultural in nature, right? They didn't save their technology. They didn't save their literal valuable treasure. They saved the thing that they treasured most, which was their culture. This is all about movies, which is actually fun. So, and I think maybe, is this suggesting a popular action movie and Rankwood Academy Arts Awards nominee? The movie is about a pugilist from Yan, codenamed Shizhao, or Kija, I don't know, fighting a conspiracy deep in a Colombian metropolis, and features generous loads of spectacular Originium art, fight scenes, and culture shock humor. Are we maybe to believe that her fighting style actually came from like a kung fu movie at some point in time? That would be kind of fun,
Huh.
right?
So this is what they stored here.
Yeah, kind of a letdown, huh, Chen? Are you disappointed?
Not really. I came seeking a sword, but left bearing scrolls. It's quite poetic, actually. And I can't help feel a little sentimental.
Aw.
Our ancestors didn't leave behind legendary weapons or lost tech. They preferred to give us a collection of culture and fine arts.
Yes, the Yannis had quite a unique concept of treasure. So I want to be honest, or I want to be very clear. I actually really appreciate this. Like, I think this is cool. Was it easy? Was it like bordering on cheap? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it was cheap though, but it was easy. But yeah, it was good. It was a fine ending to this little, what I honestly think is like a side quest, even though it kind of pops up in our main story on our journal. Kind of a fun little way to end it, I guess.
Very true. Well then, Enmin, let's head back and tell Xiao Wu and the others to come have a look.
Okie dokie.
It's Xiao Wu! Oh, and Perlica's here too!
Why is Walton so excited about that? Is he... Oh, yeah, I think... yeah, that'll... we'll get to that in a second. Hi, Perlica. You gonna show us your home arrest monitor?
Yes. As soon as she received the messages, Supervisor Perlica decided to come meet you here.
Oh, a most unexpected reunion with old acquaintances. Just as the old Yanese saying goes, a familiar face at distant lands.
So I'm wondering if this is a reference to a scene in one of the movies too. Doesn't Indy like run into like or he goes to get, is this a reference to when he goes to get like Marion or whatever her name is, and she's in like some weird bar in the middle of nowhere in Mongolia or something? Like I'm not sure, but I feel like this is a reference to Indiana Jones also. But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm reading way too much into it. I don't know. You be the judge of that, I guess. Inman doesn't know what to think about it. You two know each other? You two shack up once upon a time?
Oh, we had quite an encounter. Mainly due to some misunderstanding.
That's kind of weird, bro.
I didn't expect to meet a notorious archaeological bounty hunter again.
Endman, Chen, you've both done a great job.
Aw, thanks, Perlica.
Thank you for locating our long-lost vault. What did you find? Anything related to our bureau?
Yes, and also no. Be mentally prepared for our revelations. I'm gonna say that at work tomorrow. When someone asks me a question, I'm gonna say, be mentally prepared for my revelation.
I'll do the explaining. The vault actually protects the works of history and philosophy, plus some music, paintings, and movies. As for legendary weapons or tech relics, the vault has none of that.
There it is. That's what you get for getting a DUI, Perlica. In fairness, it made sense within the sequence, so I can't pick on it too much. I did get it. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw it.
Endman, I found a hidden sector within the knowledge base. I believe it contains a recording about your past. Would you like to hear it?
Okay, so I have a little bit of an issue with this. Tiny bit. There was no reason, and maybe it was the localization, there's no reason to say a hidden sector within the knowledge base. Like Perlica, you just walked over to the bookshelf and looked at a scroll. Like, it would have been fine for Perlica to say, Enman, did you know there's something about you over here? Like, wouldn't that have... that would have had the same effect, right? But Perlica walks over to a bookshelf and what immediately identifies like a hidden compartment? Like, come on, man. Like, I get it. Perlica's amazing. She's like a prodigy. And we all love Perlica. I adore Perlica. But can't it just be like, hey, Enman, there's a recording about you. Like, do you want to give it a listen? Like, why did it have to be a hidden sector within the knowledge base? Me? What does it say, Perlica?
Thanks to the assistance of Endfield Industries, we successfully built this vault and its defensive facilities, despite the tight schedule.
Endfield exists for this very purpose.
Many questioned why we invested so much in the defense of this site, despite the impending crisis. After all, the content of the vault might not warrant the resources spent to build it.
No, it's worth everything we spent. For many years to come, the Telosians will be forced to focus on technology and devote themselves to weapons. But a time will come when they hear, see, and read these treasures once again. They will learn that a weapon's value should be dictated by what it is meant to protect.
Best speech ever, Enman. Though, some of those treasures are kinda hard for me to understand.
A lesson well learned. The importance lies not in the sword, but the sword's intent of defending what truly matters. It's the very purpose of our Bureau of Swordmancers. Such is the origin of our sword. Call the Tianjie Bureau Academy. These treasures must be properly secured and put to good use.
Is she just giving orders to Walton now?
Enmin, you and your team are also welcome to use these collections at any time.
Great! I gotta browse this awesome collection of wuxia movies.
All right, and that is actually it. So really, like, very short. Now, I have not on my main account. In fact, it's probably what I'm going to do here later this afternoon. Obviously, Walton has, like, a side story for us. And I've not yet done that on my main account. So I don't know how closely it's tied to you know, like, the main story arc here. But it's obviously not part of the main story arc, so I'm not necessarily going to include it in this playthrough. As far as the primary story arc is concerned, like, you can go here and you can see, like, goodness, all we got now is freedom of expansion, right? So that's it. That's it. We're done. Really does not feel like a cohesive part of the main story. Very much feels like a side story. It is a side story. It's just what it is. But it's fun. It's fun, and I enjoyed playing it. I am looking forward. I think, like a lot of players at this point, quite frankly, I'm kind of done with Wuling. I don't know if there's a 1.4, or, like, I don't know what the plan is going forward, but I also, like, I can't imagine, if we zoom out here, I can't imagine, unless they're gonna, like, kind of jam something in here, and I suppose they can always expand wherever they want, although, like, we get a very clear indication that we can't go further that way. I suppose they could jam something down here if they wanted, but I feel like we're done with Wuling, and I'm kind of hoping we start to see a transition away from Wuling, and towards... And, of course, there's been leaks about what's next, and, you know, supposedly Sheska's next, and we'll be getting gases in addition to liquids. Maybe that was even... I think the gas thing is actually official. I think the studio already put that out. You know, we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. We got a couple months before we have to worry about that. So I'm going to not worry about it too much. These videos will get put out over the next couple weeks, and then I'll probably have some time to Probably make the video about NTE and what I think about that, because it is just wacky, and not necessarily in good ways. And also, might make a video about my thoughts on the whole Guild Wars 3 reveal, and kind of what my thoughts are there, and then maybe a video about some NPCs that should be 4 or 5 stars. So, I got a few things that I might mess with in the meantime. But for now, this video is done, and I'm not going to keep you here any longer, because that would be awful. So, thank you very much for hanging out with me while me and Gilberta and Perlica and Shen went on this little adventure, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Later.